There are many universities in United States that offers $10,000 plus scholarship. But in this video, I want to talk specifically about IIT Chicago, how they offer scholarship and what will be your life like if you are studying in this university. Now, if you've never met before, my name is Yudi. I came to United States as an international student to pursue my master's in computer science, pivoted my career from computer science to product management. Right now, I'm a senior fintech product manager and I've been a hiring manager for the last 6 years. I've been in the tech industry for the last 8 years and I have been talking about study abroad for the last 6 years. So you should go check out and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But today, let's talk about scholarship and IIT Chicago. Shall we? Let's go. Okay, so a year ago, I was in Chicago for my work trip. I got to explore IIT Chicago, which is also known as Illinois Institute of Technology University at Chicago. Now, I met Sangram, who's a friend now, who was also a subscriber, who did masters in electrical and computer engineering with a major of AI and computer vision in IIT Chicago. He showed me around the campus. It's a beautiful campus. I also got chance to do the podcast with Anjali, who did her masters in information technology and management, specialization in software development from IIT Chicago, and she got the internship in Intel as a technical program manager, which is very cool. Now, I asked both of them on their overall experience with IIT Chicago, from getting an admit to fee structure to on-campus job and getting that $10,000 plus scholarship. So let's get into it. First of all, I asked, what was your profile like and what was your GRE score?
So it was around 300.
Okay, and then what was her TOEFL score?
And in TOEFL, I got 119.
119 out of 120. That's crazy. Why even TOEFL scores are important? First of all, TOEFL is one of the most widely accepted English language test in the world, and you have to give this because it is required to get an admission from United States universities. TOEFL scores help universities and employers all around the world to understand how good you are at English. But guess what? A great TOEFL score can actually lead to scholarships. Some universities are really impressed by strong English skills and they might offer you scholarship to help you study in United States. Yes, this has happened with many of our subscribers. And what I like about TOEFL is that they offer official practice tests, sample questions, self-paced courses, so many different resources and guides giving you a taste of real test experience. You can find all of this information in the description box below. I highly recommend that you check out. Link is again in the description. Any universities that you get admits from, the first question in your head is, how much is this gonna cost me? Right? So I asked Sangram, what is the cost of tuition at IIT Chicago for his program?
I was studying here. It was $14 per credit. So according to that, it might be somewhere around I-20 amount would be somewhere around $48,000 for 30 credits, because mine was a Master's of Science.
And then I asked Anjali what was her tuition cost for her program. But before that, here's one exciting thing Anjali shared with me.
I got scholarship for a year. That was around $10,000.
$10,000 scholarship. That's awesome. But how to apply for this scholarship? Is there even an interview? What's the process? Here's the answer.
Every year has this admission window where you can actually talk to the counselors of IIT and they will go through your profile.
Okay.
And this happens usually after the admission process is ended, in somewhere around February.
Okay.
And in that on-spot, they see some profiles, and if they really like your profile, they would just offer you scholarship at that time. It varies from different to different department. But for computer science, it was 10,000. So it was common for everybody. Whoever they selected on that on-spot day, everybody got a $10,000 scholarship.
That is so cool. So if you need that scholarship, make sure to apply early. This is the key in getting scholarship with not just IIT Chicago, but many universities. Partially, the reason is that universities wants to capture you and make sure you don't run away. So they are offering you scholarship. Of course, it's based on the profile and all the other things as well. But that is why you need to apply as soon as possible. So what's the final tuition fees after getting the scholarship? Now,
I think after scholarship, I have to pay $40,000 for a total masters. Otherwise, it would have gone to $50,000. Yeah.
Okay, so tuition fees is roughly $48,000 to $55,000, and roughly $16,000 will be cost of living for your entire master's program. So the total would come up to $60,000 to $70,000. That is a lot of money. So you need an on-campus job to cover some of the living expenses. So does IIT Chicago even have an on-campus job? And if they do, what kind of on-campus job are available?
I mean, I was working on campus. So fortunately from day one.
She got the on-campus job on day one. The real question is, how did she manage to get it on the day one?
The thing I did, I tried talking to the seniors on LinkedIn, whoever were actually studying in that university.
Nice.
And I think that works really well. You should definitely contact seniors who are studying in that university. They give you a lot of insight. So while talking to one of the seniors, I realized that there are certain jobs and they open pretty early. So I booked my ticket, I think 20 days before my classes started. So when I started from India also, there's a portal called Handshake and it's there for everybody.
Right.
So you can go and also check the part-time jobs in your campus. So so our campus used to post jobs on Handshake and I used to apply on that. Later, but then you have to still go. So it did not work in India. So when I came here, I had to go to every department and ask them if they have any job. And you know what, if I did not get job through that, but at least I got to know a lot of people and a lot of connections through that. So if sometimes there's a vacancy, they would tell me that, okay, there is a vacancy in dining or maybe somewhere. So I think that, other than that, I applied on Handshake. I had an interview virtually, and then I started working as a student ambassador in the alumni office. So
student ambassador, that sounds like a fun job, but there are also like other on-campuses jobs in cafeteria or like a physical labor jobs like dining, etc. I asked Samgrang, how do we get this job at cafeteria and dining area?
It's depending on how good your connections are.
And so this is why connecting with seniors is really important even before you land. But the real question is what kind of money you make if you get these kind of on-campus jobs.
Initially, I used to get paid $14 an hour. Then it got bumped up to 15. And then the last semester I got 15.5.
Okay, so how will be your overall experience living in IIT Chicago? What's the best part?
The best part about IIT is it lets you choose whatever, however, and whenever you want. It's literally student-friendly university, and and the fun part is I got to know that it's one of the few colleges which allow 40 hours in co-op also. Like so that's the main perk, and it gives plenty of scholarships. So my main reason of coming to IIT was location. Chicago is beautiful. B, it was scholarship. They pay really good scholarship, plus they have very flexible.
And here are some of the challenges she faces as an international student.
So everybody tells you that you take certain subject or you don't take certain, but nobody talks about survival. So I think the biggest thing as a student that I faced was change. Coming from a background where I stayed with the family to staying with 6 roommates is a big change, and nobody really talks about it. You need to be prepared for that. So I understand that the education part is very important, but then if you're staying with positive people, it really happens. It really works a lot, and just not the people who are positive, but also helpful. So I think that changes your master's experience.
Obviously, there are going to be a lot of struggles and challenges that comes along with the excitement of being in United States. So make sure you come prepared to face everything. This is why I make the video, so that you have a clear picture. Finally, I asked Sangram the most important question, which is how many of them actually ended up getting full-time job in his batch?
My batch, I'd say 50 to 60% students did get a job full-time. And some of them are still hunting on the last rounds.
Fairly decent, and keep in mind this is when the market was not as brutal as it is right now, and I know market is rough right now, but I still see there are job openings everywhere. Don't really get discouraged. Keep applying, keep at it. Numbers game is the game right now in the job market. Update your resume, make sure customizing it to the job that you're applying to, reaching out to hiring managers and recruiters on LinkedIn. Use all the strategies that I've been sharing on the podcast and on my solo videos. Also, I've made a detailed course on job hunting. Maybe check that out. It's again, link will be in the description right now. It's on pre-sale. But again, I think you're gonna have amazing time. Let me know what university you want me to cover next. Also check out all the TOEFL resources, link in the description. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single day.